few weeks ago, we covered the recent news revolving around Paw Patrol, the Dino movie, giving us our first look at Rex in movie-style animation, what the dinosaurs will look like, as well as Marshall and the Dino movie attires. In addition, we got the announcement that the full cast was being revealed sometime in May, which a few weeks later released on Wednesday, May 7th. Both of these came from the investors' presentation Spinmaster posted on their website a couple of weeks ago. And we aren't done yet with the announcements from that presentation. Remember last year when it was announced that the 44-minute specials would be making a comeback with a new holiday special? Well, in the presentation, it is confirmed to be another Christmas special, simply called a Paw Patrol Christmas, set to release around the holiday season this year. But that is not all. We are not just getting one 44-minute special this year, we are getting two of them. The other 44-minute special is going to focus on Tracker, releasing later this year. So I thought for today we'd go over what we know so far regarding the Tracker special, since out of the two 44-minute specials, it's the one we know the most about and the closest to release. So let's start with what the presentation tells us, and it's not much. Just the reveal of Tracker being the focus, and the release date, which is September of 2025. No date as of yet, just the release month. Again, not really much, but a couple of months ago, Paul News BTS on Twitter found a press release from Spinmaster that contains more info on the special, including an updated title called Valiente, A Tracker Story. This is a very interesting title, though I don't know if it will be the final title or a placeholder, because most of the sub-series / specials either have Paw, Rescue, or Pups in their names, and the Tracker Story one seems to be branching out a bit in that category. For those who don't know, Valiente means brave in Spanish. What will Tracker brave over in this special? The synopsis gives us the answer. When Tracker and Carlos come across a series of nocturnal animals fleeing the scariest part of the region, the Shadow Jungle, Tracker must brave his fear of the dark and stop a new villain, Lucita Mala, who believes the entire jungle belongs to her. A couple of things to note in this. First is a new location called the Shadow Jungle. I assume this is something similar to the Jungle Oasis, aka the Hidden Jungle, that was introduced with Jungle Pups, as a separate part of the jungle with its own inhabitants and environment, in this case being shrouded by darkness. This element will work well with Tracker's fear of the dark, which has been referenced in a couple of episodes throughout the series, since its debut in Season 3. And usually the fear-based theme episodes or specials, like the first Paw Patrol movie and Jet to the Rescue, are the ones that do better compared to other conflicts. And the last thing from this is a new villain named Lucita Mala, which if you translate her name in Latin backwards, Mala Lucita, it means bad light. Kind of fitting considering that she's the villain of this story. According to a casting call posted last year by Toronto Latinos, Mala is a Mexican teenage explorer with a big personality and speaks Spanish just like Tracker. But I'll be honest, Mala doesn't intrigue me as much, and I have low expectations for her. She's just another human villain who has a common trope of wanting whatever they want to themselves and them only. Really wish she was a pup, then it would pique my interest a bit more because we never get to see new pups nor pup antagonists in these 44-minute specials. Minus Sweetie for the first half of Jet to the Rescue if you want to count that. And I would like to see them try a pup antagonist for one of these specials just to see how they do, same for the theatrical films as well. As for Tracker getting his own special, again, I think it's fine because he didn't appear in Season 11 and doesn't get as many appearances as the OG 6 pups or even Everest, and he might not appear in the theatrical film, so giving him his own special in place of that is a good compromise. However, on the other side of things, he just came off essentially having his own sub-series, with Jungle Pups in Season 10, and having 8 appearances that season, the most he's had in a single season. Now in this instance, some would say that someone like Zuma is more deserving of a 44-minute special than Tracker is. In reality, they both need it. Zuma for his lack of screen time and dialogue in most episodes, and Tracker who doesn't appear much as Everest, his other non-sub-series auxiliary member, and has received a bit more favoritism in gear and specials than him, so this will be a one-up over her. And going back to his fear of the dark as his conflict within the story is a good familiar move, seeing how it's been done a few times in the series, and not the first time they brought back a character's fear for a special. Sky's fear of eagles was brought up again in Jet to the Rescue, for example. Now, I'm not sure of what the theme of the special will be, if it'll be on Jungle Pups again, which is what the presentation shows, though it could be a placeholder for something else. We've already had the jungle rescues with the safari-like gear introduced in Season 3, and jungle pups with the animal-themed gear in Season 10. So what is there left for them to do in terms of what the theme will be when it comes to the jungle? Most likely they'll do a new theme based on the jungle, but I can't think of what they do. Either way, hopefully we get some answers on this soon and more in the lead up to the release of this special, which looks promising so far. The only exception I have is of Lucita Mala, who I'm not too keen on at the moment, but I will give her a chance like everything else in the series, and hopefully she'll turn out good once release rolls around. Tracker as the lead character is a good move, again, since he may not appear in the theatrical films, and this is the next best thing for him. It'd be funny if this special marks his first appearance in the new Pipeline animation, rather than a Season 12 episode. And while this title does sound interesting, I don't think it'll end up being the final one. It just doesn't fit what we've seen with the previous specials and sub-series. Still, it would be a cool and intriguing swayer for fans if this were the final title. Overall, looking forward to Tracker's special and how his Fear of the Dark will be handled in this story. Let me know down below what your thoughts are on the Tracker special, his Fear of the Dark being his conflict, and initial thoughts on Lucita Mala. Thank you all for watching, and as always, I will talk to you all later in the next vid.